Inshallah, our lecture tonight about the jurisprudence matters, and we stopped last time into the topic for nullifications of ablution, mubtilat al-wudu, or the actions will make the ablution invalid. And we were talking about some of them. Just we were explain about if something comes out of the private part, like urine or excrement or blood or pre-seminal or any other stuff will come out of the body through the private part. These will make ablution invalid or incorrect. Also, for اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. طيب. In the specific place, which is the place that urine comes out, or Jazakallah khair. Yeah. If anything comes out of this area, will make the wudu invalid. But if something comes out of the body from any other areas, it's supposed to be impurity, najasa, like blood, or like if somebody throwing up will break the wudu or not. There is different opinion. If the person forced himself to throw up, will break his wudu. But if he couldn't control himself and just happened without controlling from himself, if this is so much, the good idea to renew his wudu. If this is a little bit, it's nothing wrong. Just he will wash his mouth and will be okay. Zawalul aql, which is if somebody lose his mind under any circumstance, if he's drunk, or if he slept, or if he took a medicine and he is not conscious anymore, he must make a new ablution. Ismu zawalul aql, because the mind, the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained that when you still awake, a conscience, you will control your body. But if you slept, or if you took a medicine and you did not really feel what's going on, or if the person is drunk, he doesn't know what happened, and he must make a new wudu, or to make a new ablution. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained, "Man nama falyatawadda." Whosoever slept, he must renew his ablution. And also we were talking about to touch your private part. without something between your hands and your private part will make wudu invalid. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول من مس ذكره فليتوضأ. Whosoever touched his private part, he must make wudu. Yeah. And there is other hadith, did not mention here, that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, somebody asked him, if I touch my private part, should I make wudu or not? And he responded to the person who asked, وَهَلْ هُوَ إِلَّا بِضْعَةٌ مِنْكَ? Your private part only as a part of your body, as your arm or your leg, and the scholars, when they explain, when they really try to combine between the two hadith. One hadith said you have to renew your wudu, and other hadith said it's okay, there is no harm if you touch your private part. And they explained, they said, if the person is young and he expects that something will come out of his private part if he touch it, he must renew his wudu. And they said, if the person is an old man and there is no way for, something will come into his mind, and when he touch his private part, there is no harm for him. Depend on the condition of the person. If the person really young and, if something happen in front of him, he will not be able to control himself. And for that person in this young age, the good idea just to make sure to renew his ablution. But if he's an old and there is no fear to receive some discharge from his private part, there is no harm upon him. Right? أكل لحم الإبل, to eat the meat of the camels, and we were talking about what is the wisdom. When somebody ate the meat of the camel, they have to make wudu. And the story that Rasulullah was sitting with the companions and somebody went. And Rasulullah in a state to tell him, go to make wudu because you broke your wudu. And he said, whosoever ate the meat of camels, go to renew wudu. And when he said that, almost 10 people, they went to make wudu, not to put him on the spot or to ashamed him in front of others. Now, who ate the meat of camels, it was common food for the people in Medina. Even in Arab Peninsula, this is very famous meat for people to eat, the camel's meat. And this is the first purpose. And the second purpose, they said, if you eat the meat of the camels, it will really it will make the person like angry and mad, and for the nerves will be good idea if you touch your body with the water, to return your temperature into a normal condition. This is لحم الجمال يهيج الأعصاب. You will find the people in Arab Peninsula always angry and mad and like this because they ate too much camel's meat. This is other purpose, and this is from the revelation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the camel's meat will affect the nerves and the body of the person. When they ate that kind of meat, a good idea to make wudu especially with the cold water, to return their temperatures into the normal condition. Say La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha.
Right. The last action will nullify the wudu al-ridda. If somebody change his religion and return back to another religion. Because if he decide to come back again to Islam, he must take a shower to take a ghusl. It's not because he was najis, but because for Muslims and believers, they will watch themselves. They will look after themselves from najasat, because if you touch any impurity, it's not allowed to pray. If you have impurity on your skin or on your clothes, or this is why when we go to the bathroom, when we use the bathroom, we have to clean ourselves very well. And this is why we have circumcision for men, because if we did not take the skin around the hands, it will carry the urine, and he will carry the najasa, even if he clean himself, but they might have some drops in between the skin and his private part. Make sense? This is why it's very required for the man to have circumcision, to have tahara. And also, when the person uses the bathroom, they have to clean themselves from front and the back very well with the water, or at least with the stones, or with the napkin, tissue, whatever available. They called with the water istinja. They called with the stones istijmar. Istijmar, to clean yourself by the stones, or to clean yourself by the water, they called istinja, to take away any impurity from your body and make yourself ready for the ablution and for wudu after that. Yeah. Right. Which actions requires ablution? There is a certain actions in our religion, you cannot start these actions without wudu. The first one, for sure, salah. You cannot pray without, because the word of prayers in Arabic language, you might say, prayers, supplication, the virtual prayers. But the actual prayers, you have to have ablution. You have to have wudu. To be able to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you cannot establish salah without wudu. Yeah. And Allah and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam يقول لا يقبل الله صلاة بغير wudu. Allah will not accept prayers without ablution. ولا صدقة من غلول. And Allah will not accept any donation from the money who came from unlawful way. غلول. الغلول في الغنيمة, when the person take the money from the collective money from the war, you have to keep it until the leader will distribute that money between all the fighters. Even if you take a small rope of the camel, it's not allowed. هذا غلول. الغلول, which is to take some. And by the way, this is really when somebody really stole from personal properties, it's سرقة. But it will be much easier, much easier from stealing from the public building, or from the money related to all Muslims, من بيت مال المسلمين. If somebody stole from the masjid, مصيبة. يعني it's not a major sin, it's beyond the major sin. Yeah, we might have some people, they might stole the shoes from masajid or from, subhanallah, دي مصيبة كبرى. اسمه غلول. Why? Because when the person stole from another person, it will be much easier for that person to forgive him. Or if he realized that he did mistakes, and he will go to the person, please forgive me, I stole you some money from your wallet, or yeah, I forgive you. But if he stole some money belongs to all Muslims, how we gonna release himself from the responsibility? He needs to ask every single Muslim on earth to release him from the bad action that he committed. You understand? And this is why al-ghulul, which is to take the money from al-ghanima قبل أن تقسم على المقاتلين. طيب. The second action requires ablution الطواف حول البيت. Circumambulation around the Kaaba. You have to have wudu. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول الطواف صلاة. طواف is a صلاة. إلا أن الله أباح لكم الكلام. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us to talk together. And don't talk with the bad words. If somebody asks you, if somebody talk to you, it's okay to respond. Even while tawaf, it's okay. It's not while salah. But while tawaf, it's okay. But you have to have wudu when you establish tawaf around the Kaaba. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول الطواف بالبيت صلاة إلا أن الله أباح فيه الكلام. Also, it's not allowed for the lady, she has menstruation, or she has the monthly period. It's not allowed for her to do tawaf. Sayyidah Isha, when she went with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she received her period time, and she did not make tawaf, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told سيدنا اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد
Isha.
سيدنا هو سيدنا عبد الله
Her brother, right?
سيدنا اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد لما أمره أن يأخذها إلى تنعيم. سيدنا عبد الله ابن حول ولا عبد الله بن الزبير سيدنا عبد الله بن الزبير لأنه تبقى خالته. يا سيدنا عبد الله ابن الزبير, his mom السيدة أسماء بنت أبو بكر, the sister of Aisha. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم told him, take your aunt and go outside the border of Mecca, which is at Tan'im, and let her make ihram and come back again to make tawaf. And they built a masjid, they called Masjid Aisha now, because she went outside of the border and she make wudu, and she make ihram and came back to Mecca to make wudu. And this is why it's not allowed for anyone to do tawaf around the Kaaba without wudu. If you break your wudu, stop, don't continue on tawaf. And the scholars, they said, if he went to make wudu, come back, he should start over from the beginning, or it's okay to continue from which number that he stopped. Two different opinions. to start from the beginning, or to continue from the number that you start. If you did 4 times and you still need the 3 times, when you go to make wudu and come back, you can continue for the 5th tawaf and finish 6th and 7th, or to establish from the beginning. These are 2 opinions, and whatever you feel comfortable to be in the safe side, just to start from the beginning, because you did not complete the ibadah that you started, and you broke your wudu, and you need to go. Like when you break your wudu during the salah, when you come back, you're gonna establish from the beginning, or you will continue from the cycle that you stopped on it. The same idea. Also, the action requires ablution. مس المصحف بغير حائل. To touch the Quran without barrier. Allah Azza wa Jalla يقول لا يمسه إلا المطهرون. No one is allowed to touch the Quran except the one who has purification, the one who has طهارة. بس العلماء اختلفوا the proposition here related to Al-Quran, Al-Mus'haf, or related to the Quran in Holy Tablet. 2 different opinions. The one who said related to the Quran in the Holy Tablet, they said it's okay to touch the Quran without wudu, because لا يمسه إلا المطهرون, which is angels. No one is able to touch اللوح المحفوظ إلا الملائكة. خلاص, we will be free to touch the Quran, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means لا يمس القرآن الذي كتب في اللوح المحفوظ إلا المطهرون وهم الملائكة. Another opinion, they said no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the Quran in a masahif, the Quran that we have in the books. If the meaning related to the Quran in the masahif, it's not allowed to touch the Quran without ha'il. But it is okay to recite Quran from your memory, even if you don't have wudu. Even for the sister, she has her menstruations, she can recite Quran, but without touching the mushaf. And she can recite Quran as a supplication. When she say, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنًا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنًا وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. And she will recite as a supplication, not as a Quran. When she said, رَبَّنَا إِنَّنَا سَمِعْنَا مُنَادِيًا يُنَادِي لِلْإِيمَانِ. She's asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala some supplication through the verses. There is no harm for that. These are the actions that requires to have ablution. Requires, yani you are not able to deal with these actions or these ibadat, these, unless if you have wudu. There is other actions, it's only recommended to have wudu. If you have wudu, it will be much better. If you don't have wudu, it's okay, even if you will do that. These recommended actions, dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you choose to mention Allah's name, the good idea to have ablution when you mention Allah's name or when you make dhikr. عند كل صلاة, when you decide to establish prayer, to have a new ablution. هذه سنة ليست. But if you keep your ablution for the entire day, it's okay. If you pray the 5 salawat with the same ablution, it's okay, nothing wrong with that. But if you renew the wudu every salah, it's recommended. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يتوضأ عند كل صلاة. He used to make wudu for every salah. حديث سيدنا أنس ابن مالك خادم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. طيب، يستحب الوضوء للجنب إذا أراد أن يعاود الجماع. If the person had intercourse with his wife and he would like to repeat it again, the good idea to make wudu before that. You know, subhanallah, which is to activate your power again. This is the wisdom for that. Even if you choose to sleep until Fajr, but don't sleep until sunrise, because the person will be tired. Yeah, if you choose to sleep until Fajr, make wudu before sleep. Even if the person is not allowed to pray, but this is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. After the sexual intercourse with the wife, if the person decides to eat or to drink or to sleep or to return back to the same action, to make wudu. هذه سنة عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا أتى أحدكم أهله ثم أراد أن يعود فليتوضأ. سبحان الله. سيدة عائشة تقول أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كان إذا أراد أن ينام وهو جنب توضأ وضوءه للصلاة قبل أن ينام. Junub means is not allowed to eat, to pray. Junub يتجنب العبادة. طيب. Also الوضوء قبل الغسل. If the person had the intercourse with his wife and he needs to take a shower, ritual shower, and the good idea to make wudu before shower. هذه سنة. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يتوضأ قبل أن يغتسل عليه الصلاة والسلام. طيب. كان صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا اغتسل من الجنابة يبدأ فيغسل يديه ثم يفرغ بيمينه على شماله فيغسل فرجه ثم يتوضأ وضوءه للصلاة. Yeah. If Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam decides to take a shower after the sexual intercourse, he will make wudu first to clean your body, clean all the unwanted stuff from your body, from your skin, and start make wudu. And after wudu, take a shower, and you will have wudu and ghusl in the same time. You will be able to pray with this shower, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Please, his private parts, then make wudu.
I said clean all unwanted stuff from your body, including the private parts. Yes, inshallah. طيب. Also, الوضوء مستحب عند النوم. Even if you prayed Isha and prayed Sunnat Isha, but when you decide to go to your bed, you don't have wudu. The good idea, it's highly recommended only to make wudu and to sleep with the wudu. Why? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned, whosoever makes wudu before sleep, Allah will assign a guard from angel to take care of his body until he wake up. Make sure when you go to sleep, when you go to deep sleep, control your wudu. When you sleep, khalas, you're gonna lose your wudu, because you have to be conscious all the time to keep wudu. But make sure when you sleep, you have wudu. Make this with the intention to keep yourself under Allah's protection. Allah will assign an angel as a guard to لا يقربه شيطان. If you always you feel that you can have some bad dreams or uncomfortable sleep, just make wudu before sleep and you will enjoy your sleep inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. طيب. These are the actions. It's really highly recommended to have wudu for them, and we're gonna stop here for tonight inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Next time we will start with the to wipe the الخفين, which is the اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد, الخفين, which is the socks made out of skin of animals, or the regular socks, you know, how to wipe them and how long you can keep them on, and you do not need to wash your feet. This is what we will learn inshallah for next time. Jazakumullah khair. I know the jurisprudence lectures is very difficult. This is what we have. Please, you know, be patient with this lecture, because this is very difficult, you know, but we have to learn them. We have to study fiqh and jurisprudence to be able to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the correct way inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. تقبل الله منا ومنكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.